Okay. Does this work? I think it should. Okay. Wait. No. Why am I echoing? Oops. I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, I guess that's confirmation for myself that it works. I accidentally opened the my playback, so everything sounded a little weird. I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, good morning, evening, afternoon, everyone. I am actually sitting in my evening session drinking lemon tea. Lemon tea is really nice though, because like how do you say it? It actually feels really nice because it's not too bland, and it's also not too like flavory, so to say. It's kind of like a really good mix between like sweet and sour as well. It just really depends on the brand, but the one I'm drinking is Lipton, in case anyone wants to know. I'm not sponsored, by the way. But yeah, how's everyone? How's everyone today? Lemon tea or black tea? No, just plain lemon tea. I don't like black tea personally. But yeah, today I'm actually back to trying to stream both on Twitch and YouTube. So either this is gonna be super laggy or actually pretty nice. I have no idea though. We'll see. Also, Steven, good evening and happy new year, guys. Sorry late to say. Nah, you're not late. You're never late. Honestly, it's just the first weekend. So this is like the first Sunday. And Stall, I would love to mail you some Pocari, but nah. Why didn't you fly over here then? I'll treat you to some. It's super cheap here. Yo, black tea is like, I don't know, man. Black tea is just weird to me. It's the same thing, probably the same reason why I don't particularly like coffee. Only because like the taste and everything is like super strong. The thing is like normally how I operate is I don't really even drink any of like sodas or like anything of the sort. I only like to drink like bland stuff. So I guess like mild things like tea or Pocari is really nice for me. Anything else is like not really. Soda especially, I actually don't know. Like a lot of people I know like really soft drinks and everything, but I'm here like, no, I don't like that. Speaking of volume, yeah. I sound okay, right? I think so. My microphone placement is a little off today, as in like it's not at the usual spot today. Red tea? What's red tea? Never heard of that one. Bad sodas too. Yeah. Sodas are okay, I guess. It's not really my thing though. Like, the last time I drank soda was like a few days ago, where my mom was like, yo, you should try Coca-Cola. And I'm like, okay. I tried it. The first drink that I literally just like swallowed was like, oh, that was horrible. But yeah, it's just not particularly my thing. I mean, if you guys enjoy it and everything, I have no problem with that. Like, if you love soda, that's totally fine. Like, it's just not for me. That's it. Nothing wrong with that though. Different people like different things. Only Twitch chat is displayed on screen. I guess the API for OBS kind of like takes priority on Twitch. But that, I don't know. I'll figure it out sometime later. Hold on, let me see what properties. Chat box. Source. Okay, does this work? Wait, does that work? Yo, I think it works. Hey, it did it! I have no idea what I did that I did. So, hacker man? I suppose so. That's pretty funny, actually. Anyways, let me switch over to the PSO2 screen. Yay! Here we go. I'm just sitting here today. Oh wait, we still have the bottom of Pocari over there? Yo! I thought I removed it, but no. Should I keep it there? No, I have to find a place to put this. The bottom has to be somewhere. Also, we're not doing a meetup today. Why do I have the text? Hold on. There we go. But yeah, the Pocari bottle was actually meant to be that because I put like this here. Kind of like that. But I guess since the chat works right now, I'm just gonna like make both invisible. So we can see your wonderful chat. Wonderful, wonderful chat. You know, chat is like the best thing ever. I love chat. Because it means that I get to interact with all of you guys. Makes me super happy. And no, I told you I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. And be like, I'm not going to take any sponsors unless it's Pocari. Right? Yeah, yo, like, I actually was taking a while to update some of my, like, Twitch graphics and everything, so hopefully I can do more streams on, like, YouTube and both Twitch. Is this BGM from Atelier Rune or Factory or something like that? No, not at all. This is actually what I'm using right now is actually a completely open source, like, music from Muse JP. It's actually a completely, like, open source music site. Like, you know, like Incompetech, right? Where there's like Kevin MacLeod and stuff who makes the uncopyrighted music and stuff. Muse JP is basically the same thing. You can just use their song. It's like royalty free and like non-copyrighted. So it's really nice. But it sounds really nice, right? I just like downloaded a lot of songs I liked from the website. And then I just put it in like my own personal playlist. I think it works though. Because it really fits my style of like just chilling and just sitting here and everything like that. But yeah. I was actually sitting here and just considering for a while. I'm like, wait, since it's gonna be the first picture of 2020, right? Am I going to make a picture of Arcy or am I gonna make a screenshot of Hiyorin, right? I'm here like, yo, I really want to take a picture of Hiyorin right now because I really want to make so many more Hiyorin pictures. But then I'm like, no, that's the first picture of 2020. I have to make a picture of Arcy. I cannot do Hiyorin right now. I cannot. I absolutely cannot. Bunny Justice? Hell yeah. Here, let me... Which camera am I using? Am I using 2? No, I'm using 3. No, wait. Which camera am I? I'm using 1. Okay. Here. Look at this. This team room is just a really nice team room in general. Like, the atmosphere and everything is just right. I think a lot of people definitely do like this team room. I'm okay with it. I think it's nice. The lighting is a little dark though, I think, because it just makes my character's skin looks a little bit darker than usual, but I guess that's not the biggest problem. I think an angle like this would probably work for a screenshot actually if I was gonna do something like this. Here's the thing, like when you guys are going to like use the camera tool and everything to take pictures, right? Say normally this is the regular camera angle. I'm gonna teach you guys some pretty cool tricks to do PSO2 photography, okay? So this is a standard camera. You can press Q as the default button to reset, or your lock on button, I think. And then you can use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out. So like this is like the super basics of it, like in and out, right? But then the question is, how do you actually make a wide angle shot with your character being in the focus? So say I have this angle right here. I want the pictures of like, I want the imagery of the trees. Let me move myself up here for a sec. It's gonna look weird because I'm just gonna sit down here, but let's see, where on the rock has good lighting? This should be okay, and then if I do this, should be able to see the trees. No. This side? Maybe a little more this side. Okay. You can edit the HUD size, yeah. It's kind of like a weird thing that you need to edit. Yeah, it's in the INI files for your documents. I'll probably explain it a little later. Or, well, Etchy, if you're actually asking, you can post a question on like my Discord, and then I'll get back to you sometime. I think that will probably be the better way. Anyways, camera. So, okay, so the default camera, right? You see there's a certain depth of field. You can see the background to like a certain distance. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick zoom in and zoom out. I want you guys to look at the background and only the background, okay? So this is what happens when you zoom in. When you zoom in, the background of it is zoomed in as well, right? So you see stuff in like further distances and stuff. And then when you zoom out, everything is obviously zoomed out. So what's the deal, right? For keyboard controls, you can actually change the position of your camera without moving the zoom. On keyboard at least, what I do is I press shift and I hold down movement keys. For example, W up here. So right here, I'm moving the camera, but I'm not moving the zoom. I have the exact same zoom as I did earlier, but now my camera movement is right behind my character. So as you can see, the background is exactly the same zoom as the default camera, but we move the camera to right behind the character. So we actually get this angle as opposed to this angle. The difference is this and this. As you can see, the background zoom is basically the same. But you actually move your camera while keeping the depth of field that you want. It's a pretty interesting camera technique that I really like to use on a lot of my pictures. Because, for example, when you have really nice backgrounds like these, you can really emphasize on the background by just looking at how you want to place your like camera locations and everything of the sort. So that's something that's pretty interesting and a lot of people might not know. So if we do the same thing for a zoom out and then we move the camera in like this, we move the camera down, oops, here we go. So we get a much further zoom, but then the camera is still close to the character. Pretty interesting, right? Look at that. And now it creates a completely different like depth of field where the background looks so much further than it actually is because how the dynamics of the shot is actually created. Which honestly, this actually makes a really good background too. That is, if I'm actually going to use this background. But then I have to like move around my character a little bit more. For example, if I do this, right? And then just zoom it in a little bit more. Here. It looks okay. Although the lighting for this side is not as good as the other side, so that's pretty sad. But yeah, that's some nice camera tricks that you can definitely use for your pictures when you're actually doing PSO2 photography. Let's see. The angle I want for this picture is something like this. This side is pretty good. So if I do this, move over here. Let me sit on the rocks. No, this side. No, I can't do that. Only because the lighting is like on this side. I guess we'll take a picture of this shot then. Okay. Oh, this actually doesn't look bad either. Wait, it's Armada? I intended to do screenshots and then I completely forgot about Armada. Good job, me. Huh. Let's see. Let me move over to the rocks. Ah! Here, I think this should work. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good lighting and angle as well. Shield! Oh my god, it's Shield. Take screenshots while in Armada? That's pretty hard. Okay, I think that should do for a screenshot for now, I guess. There's actually many like expressions that you can make your character do as well. I guess I'll go over like the chat commands or something like that sometime. This is gonna take a few more pictures just in case. What I'm doing right here is just typing /UI off. And then just like, there we go. Now the UI is off and I can take a nice picture. It's nothing crazy. But yeah. It's sometimes it's just really simple photography techniques, I guess, that you can really play around and try with. And it really enhances your shot composition because as long as you have good lighting from the game, for example, like here, right? If you face the light source is clearly right there. So you want to do your best to literally just face the light. It really takes normal, I guess you can say, like photography principles, because if you take it this way, the lighting is good. But if you take it this way, you're going against the light. So your character is like in the shadow, right? It makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. But then this way, it's like bright and nice. So you really have to keep in mind a few things, right? So number one is making sure that you know where the light source of the area you're taking the photo is in. Number two is looking at what kind of background you want. And then three, after you get the background and the light source, then you can place your position of your character. And then you should be okay. My face on this was supposed to be a screenshotting stream. But I guess we're doing Armada. Literally because why not? I have nothing better to do anyways. Might as well give you guys a small show, right? Also, Flyer Go, I know you're in chat, but if you see this, I told you I have 1.1 million. You don't believe me. I only have 1.1 million. I don't have that much Miseta. What are you talking about? Hmm? Storage? What's a storage? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have a storage. What's that? Can I eat it? Let's see, is anyone running today? I guess we'll go to a pug block for now. We have to peek what's inside the closet. And other characters? Oh no, there's nothing. I don't have anything. What are you talking about? Not like I have a big closet or anything. Totally not. I'm just saying. I steal Gessy's lunch money. No, Gessy's the one who steals my lunch money. What are you talking about? Yo, stall. You can come along on Armada if you want to. That's up to you though. I'm just saying. But if not, that's completely fine. Senpai. Sure. Sure. At least you had a message, right? Here. As a fan, you get green. I'll do my best to be entertaining. Although I don't think after Armada it's gonna be a very fun stream though. Only because of the fact that like it's literally just gonna turn into doing art in the end. Here we go. You blame the music? That's funny. I like the music though. Or do you guys want me to put on some Animal Crossing music? I'm okay with that too. Pardon me, but I actually don't know what language that is. I don't want to sound rude. I'm so sorry. Feels like an ASMR? Really? I'm not even doing anything though. I'm just sitting here. Oh, is that why you're playing the music? No, no way. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. We're not doing this. Also, call me weird, but I'm basically sitting in air conditioning that's 27 degrees Celsius, which, let me convert 27 Celsius to Fahrenheit, or that is around 80 Fahrenheit, right? And then I'm basically shivering because it's so damn cold in 27 Celsius. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? That's not cold. What are you talking about? I'm here like, dude, I'm not used to this. It is cold for me. Oh God. Stall, please. It's cold, okay? 27 is hella cold. Asian temperature, yeah. Your air conditioning is 23 and it's hot. Oh God. I mean, doesn't help that summer here averages at like 40 something. So it's like, no, not like this. Yeah, Asian temperatures are a little like weird. Oh God. But yeah, other than sitting around playing games and stuff though, let me know what have you guys been up to lately? Like as of New Year, what have you guys been doing? Like for example, maybe you've been seeing friends and family, or like maybe you've been enjoying yourself, just relaxing, or something like that. Right? What have you all been up? Blah! I can't even speak. What have you all been up to? Oh yeah, gotta get my boosters. Yada yada yada. I don't have a 75 EXP booster. That sucks. I guess I gotta go out and grab one. I don't want to get out though. Well, I guess it's not that late yet, so I can be okay. Housework and homework? Yeah, it's getting ready to start new semester. Yeah, definitely. Playing PSO2. Yeah. Contemplating the meaning of life for another year. I think I might have an answer for you. I don't know if it's gonna be like a really compelling answer of sorts. But in my personal opinion of the things that I've experienced in the past like years and everything is Honestly, it's not that fun if you already know the answers to everything or like where you're going and stuff. For example, like if you think about life, right? If life is like a journey, it's honestly a lot more fun if you don't know exactly where you're going. Flyer, you said you saw what? 687 million? That's nothing. That's not even a lot. Yeah, I know. I'm running 7 units. So what? I have my my rod is 8 slots, right? And then all my rifles and my everything else is 7 slots. So 7 slot all attack unit. Yeah. That's not the case for everyone. Yeah, I guess. But that's personally just for me though. Like, I'm kind of more of an adventure kind of person. I really do enjoy just finding out everything else and then just, you know, there's always so many new things that you don't know in the world. Like, for example, there's always new technology, there's always new trends, there's always new everything. And then if I already know everything that's coming up, honestly, it's not that fun, right? Like, if sometimes I have to keep guessing or just like keep going with the flow until, you know, things are settled or things get better, things like that, then so be it. But at least like it's a journey that I can definitely continue to tell everyone else. It's kind of like a tale in a way, right? Sometimes you want to cheat a little too. Yeah, no, I get you. Can you see my units? My units are super simple. Like, they're not even anything special, right? So it's just some nice HP and PP and then all attack. But then all this is actually really cheap in general. Maybe the Doom Break is a little expensive, but for me, I've been collecting the Doom Break, so it's like, oh, let me start the EQ. Ah! Remember that efficiency, clever laziness. Yeah. Oh, do you guys want to listen to Armada music this time? Because last stream I forgot to open Armada music, and a lot of you are like, "Oh my god, where's the Armada song?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I don't even have PSO2 up really loud, right? I don't think I really do have it up loud. I don't know if you guys are gonna get to hear it properly, but yeah. No, the thing is, like, the logic behind my 7 slot units, right, is the fact that, like, if I'm gonna make a unit for, like, SR and T attack anyways, I might as well make one that's literally, like, all attack, so I don't have to affix, like, 3 sets of units, right? Pretty simple logic, but also really nice. Because, like, I'm pretty sure the cost of, like, affixing 3 will definitely triumph the cost of literally just affixing 1 all attack. And even then, like, the stuff that's used isn't even that expensive to begin with, so I think it's okay. Also, you know what? To, like, a lot of other people who may just, like, be joining the stream now and stuff, I'm literally sitting here like, yo, what are you doing, Azel? The stream is literally called an art stream, but why are you doing Armada? I guess change of plans. I'm so sorry. This MP is a little bit slow though, but that's fine. We can sit here and just talk all day. Well, not really all day, but did you know that you can actually hit the weak spots of these mechs by literally just like using tech such as like say grunts or what is it called? Gimmigid? Yeah, it's Gimmigid. It's kind of like cheating because normally you have to like do the shield thingy and then like break the shield and then he'll go down and then you get his weak spot. But nah, if you use techs, that's a shortcut. You don't have to care about any of that because you can literally just target the enemy's weak spot. No problem. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely continue the Artstream soon. And yeah, that's an argument for your all-attack units too. That's really good. Because I think it's really nice. Also, good job in the podcast. Oh my god, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it though. Because I thought it was really fun and entertaining, honestly. I tried to like put in some really interesting topics and perspectives. And then like the best part about the entire stream, honestly, is you can definitely really see how crazy and passionate like Brian was about the whole thing, right? He was an OG Phantasy Star fan that literally played the game like the OG Phantasy Star from like the freaking dial-up connection times on the Dreamcast and everything like that. That's like, I don't even know if I was born back then. But yeah, no, I was born already because the Phantasy Star Online, this year is the 20th anniversary of Phantasy Star Online. But for Phantasy Star as a whole for the franchise is 2018 was the 30th year. That was the year that Illa came out. So this is actually the 32nd year of Phantasy Star and the 20th year of Phantasy Star Online. Does that make sense? Like, Phantasy Star Online is different from the normal Phantasy Star. Also, let me continue my boost. Boost. Got a shiny arrow egg. That's pretty delicious. Very delicious. Unconventional? Phantom, super question. Do I play Faux Braver? I used to play Faux Braver. Faux Braver is dead. Yeah, that's really sad. Meanwhile, playing Texo. I don't think that's like. I don't think that's a problem, honestly. Like, if you want to play anything, Phantom is pretty viable. If I want to play Katana, you can play Katana. If you want to play Rifle, go ahead, right? Me personally, I'm a caster person, so I really like playing with techs. That's me personally. Let me switch this to Grant. Also, here's a dirty little secret. I have level 16 techs. I never upgraded some techs to level 17. I'm so sorry. Don't tell anyone, by the way. Was that an Asaka reference? Yes. Stall. Yes. You know me well. I can never let the Asaka reference go. Freaking love Asaka so much. She's such a meme. Oh. Kurosawa Tomoyo-san. Otsukaresama deshita. Do we need to like open the meme on stream again? Can I even do that? Oh, we ended the same MPA? That's cool. Ow. Let's see, can you actually hit the middle part with your bits? I think you can because I saw 100k something up there. Is it? Or is that? Nah. I'm pretty sure that was not it. One of the biggest problems with Rifle Phantom in like UH, XH and stuff is that they kind of nerf headshot damage because like Gunner was a little overtuned, but the one that actually takes the most like damage out of the nerf honestly isn't particularly Gunner because they still do really good, but Phantom Rifle takes a really big hit by having their like headshot multipliers lowered. Kind of sucks though, but I guess that's kind of just like how it is. It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a Phantom ring now. Maybe that was something that's definitely worth taking a look at. For those who don't know, what the Phantom ring does is basically, you know how sometimes like when you explode the Phantom marker and stuff, right? It kind of like doesn't explode where you want it to explode. So, which is why like that ring is really nice because it allows you to basically detonate it wherever you want to detonate it. Let me see if I can quickly start this. So I can get the third run on the first section in. Perfect. There we go. 7, 8. Perfect. Nice. Very cool. You find it nice that North America starts off at episode 4? Is episode you think episode 4 is really a good starting point? I don't know. Nerf headshot. No, just the headshot damage. Headshot is different from weak spot, yeah. Kaiser is different. Kaiser is correct. On rate 1 to 10, how soft and nice are Hiyorin cheeks? Probably 8. Episode 7. Yeah, totally. Did you like peek your eyes in the future? That's really cool. Gotta watch the future. You have clairvoyance. Or as the fate terms would be, you have clairvoyance EX. Clairvoyance being the ability to predict and see the future. Is Merlin doing the same thing really? Yeah. Sorry, I haven't played Katana in a while, so I actually had to concentrate for a bit actually playing the Katana. I actually have to think about what I'm doing. Now, where's this weak spot of his? Ow. Oh god. Please stay a little bit more still. I would appreciate that a lot. Is that the weak spot? No, it's not. Probably one of the above ones then. I kind of don't like the fact that like you have to kind of like guess the guy's weak spot, or he can die before his weak spot even shows. Okay. Fine by me. Let's see. Are you the only one that thinks episode 7 would go back in the past? I don't know. I actually can't really predict the trajectory of episode 7 right now, if that's gonna be a thing, right? Also, good morning, Zero Omni. Scummy. I know I've seen the name Zero Omni somewhere. But yeah. Weak spot, his feelings, dump him. Aw, that's really sad. I know he's just like a mech created by Shiva and stuff, but he has feelings too. Right? Right? No? Am I wrong? Right now we still gotta beat up Shiva. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Gotta beat up Shiva. Wait, if we beat up Shiva, then what's gonna happen to Fly Ergo? Fly Ergo is in the Shiva team. Are we gonna beat up Shiva? Are we gonna beat up Fly Ergo's team? Is this gonna be a guild versus guild now? Realm versus realm, ship versus ship? What is this, ship 2 versus ship 6? Are we gonna invade Shiva? No, just kidding. Poor Fly. I know you're lonely over there. I'm so sorry. I can't go play with you over there. I don't have a character in ship 6. You, however, can come play over here. No, don't turn like that, please. That's illegal. No! If Shiva's was destroyed, what's gonna happen to Harriet? No, the thing is, like, you have to understand that Harriet is a completely different being from Shiva. If you understand the story of episode 5, what happens is this. The world Omega is created of the Akashic records. So it's basically like a parallel world of what is happening in this universe for real. So like Harriet in Omega, right, or episode 5, is the parallel version of Shiva in the real universe. So they are a completely different entity from one another. Shiva is Shiva, Harriet is Harriet. Even though they share basically like the same body and everything, like appearances at least, but it's a parallel world kind of thing. But yeah, once episode 5 ended, right, Harriet's soul basically changed into a weapon, which Lisa is now holding. So Harriet was originally the counterpart, like alternate world clone of Shiva, and now she is with Lisa. So even if you kill Shiva, right, it's not like Harriet's gonna die anyways, because like I said again, they are a completely different entity from one another. So killing Shiva would not do anything to Harriet. Oh no, am I not gonna get a second run? That's really tragic! Screw him, I'm not even gonna hit his weak spots. Screw his weak spots. Nobody cares! We're just gonna pop these markers and go to ham! Pop. Pop. Boom. No! I'm not gonna make it, but oh well. It's fine. Wow, right at the freaking end too. That's really tragic. But it's fine. No problem. The Akashic records? I mean, if you really just think about it as like a parallel world kind of thing, Akashic records, think of it as like the memories of the universe kind of. So wait, what quest is this? Demolition? Oh, that's the AIS one. Okay, let's see. They want to due to reveals he's a villain. Yeah, Harriet wasn't with Lisa. Harriet is with Lisa now. Shiva's edgy Harriet. Changed my mind. No, I'm not going to. Nobody wants Shiva to die anyways. Yeah, fans, that is. Speaking of the Akashic records, it is what it is. Would Harriet be able to take over Shiva's body if Harriet got stronger? I don't think so. Only because, like I said, they're a completely different entity, right? But Harriet's soul got created into like a Genesis weapon. So it's like a thing that's already possible, kind of like in a way there. But then I don't know if you can actually like take over souls though. I don't think that's like a thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys something about the AS Vega as well. There's a very specific combo about the AS Vega that a lot of people might not really know about. Okay, so basically here's a 3-hit combo, right? 1, 2, 3. As you can see, the damage was like 100k and then 360k, 360k. So 1, 2, 3. So normally the first hit doesn't really do that much. What you want to do instead is do this. You want to do the basic attack on your first hit, and then you do second and third hit, because the damage on those second and third are actually equal. So basic attack, 2 and 3. Because the Vulcan actually does pretty decent damage, and then you won't be wasting damage and PP on like your first attack, right? So like right here. If we do 1, 2... As you can see, we wasted PP on the first hit for like 270k. But then if we do the normal attack, the Vulcan first, 1 and then 2, is basically like you kind of like just like get your PP back, and you also skip the first basic attack that doesn't do that much damage. So if you keep doing this, you will never run out of PP. And then you can just keep rotating your rotations forever because it's basically unlimited. Since you have the Vulcan as your first hit. So this, 2, 3. Vulcan, 2, 3. Because if you do the 1, 2, 3 basic attack, you waste 10 PP per every hit. But then if you do the Vulcan, you'll gain like way more PP than you'll ever use. So it's better in every way to actually just do Vulcan, 2, and 3. In under every circumstance, really. Also, the dash attack does not count as 1. So if you're gonna do the dash attack, you still need to do Vulcan and then 2 and 3. You cannot do Vulcan and then just do the normal hit because you're gonna do the normal like weak basic first attack. This applies to every class as well, where the step attack does not count as the attack rotation for your basic attack combos. So you definitely do not want to like mess that one up. Like for example, if you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you're gonna count your step attack as 1, then you cannot count your first basic attack as 1. You need to do 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Either that or just do 1, 2, 3. I think that's a lot more simple. Very small tip, but trust me, it increases your AIS, DPS, and PP sustainability by so much. Cause like a Vulcan shot is like 40 PP, I think. From what I saw just now. That's just like super quick calculation though. So don't mark my words on that. I don't have the exact numbers. But it gives something around that. Three. 1, 2, 3. Vulcan, 2, 3. How much of Armada or Ramiel did I do? Not that much, actually. I kind of just like experimented on Ramiel because I felt like it. And then it's just basically the results of the experimentations. 2, 3. Vulcan, 2, 3. Or you can also guard that too. But yeah, Vulcan, 2, 3. Vulcan, 2, 3. You also have lock on anyways on doing that, so like you don't really have to do a lot of things. It will help, like the system does help you a lot. He's hella spastic today though. Hey, sir, please stay a little more still. I'd appreciate that a lot. I don't want to get all my viewers nauseated for no good reason. Okay, fine, I'll switch to missiles if you're not going to stay still. Oh, also, for doing the counter shield, right? You guys want to, when you do the counter shields, you want to at least counter 5 so you can get your big attack. It caps at 5, by the way. So, like, if you want to get the strongest counter off possible, you want to pair at least 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. That's the most efficient way to get your parries off. Normally in like Ramiel and also this quest, you will generally get 5 counters off because the enemies will attack more than 5 anyways. So just make sure to keep that in mind. 3, 4, 5, boom. For 5, 6, boom. 6 doesn't do more damage than 5, so just 5. Okay, that was a bad move. I almost died. You want to listen to the sound and just make sure that you have heard 5 at least. You can counter more, of course, but yeah. That was 4, I think. And he's died. Yeah. Wherever the odds. I had a dim rifle. Delicious. I wish they actually just continued to play the music until you actually leave the area and just go to the camp ship. But I guess we can't have nice things, right, Sega? But yeah, most of us here played PSO2 should have been desensitized to the jittery movements. Yeah! I try to keep, like, when I make videos and everything, I try to keep things, like, a lot more stable, though, so people can actually understand what's going on. That's me, though. And then we're back to the lounge music, right? That was something. But I'm at least glad, though, that I'm able to make the Twitch and YouTube simultaneous stream thing work properly. Oh yeah, also really nice news though, but after Monday, I'll be upgrading my internet now. So hopefully I'll have like significantly better internet. That'll be super exciting and super cool. So like, because my family is kind of like ancient, we haven't really upgraded our internet in forever. So I was running with like super horrible internet. You don't even want to know how bad when I say horrible is, but it was bad. Okay. But basically my ISP, like I went to talk to him the other day. They kind of like offered the same price. They offered the same price that I was paying anyways for like crap internet, but they're going to let me get like 500 upload and download, like 500 for speed for the same price. I'm like, yo, dude, that's a deal I can't say no to. So 500 is pretty good. Comparatively, that it's at least 10 to 20 times better than what I have right now. Yeah. I cannot wait to get the internet upgrade. I'm so excited for that. Okay. I guess I'll just sit in the camp ship for a bit. And then we're going to switch over to Photoshop. Alright. Finally, we can do Artstream stuff, right? Totally not a rip-off stream. Alright, let's see. We have this photo, which is a really nice looking picture in general already. Because the essence of doing photoshopping is you want to always have your source be as clean and clear as possible. So you can add as many effects and everything as you want to. Or rather, like optimizations or like modifications, however you want to say it. So with this, you see there's a lot of like jagged edges and everything. I'm probably going to be repeating a lot of things I say already on like other streams and whatnot, but I will anyways, because that's what this is for. I'm going to like keep beating this information in all of your heads until you completely understand fully the basics of photoshopping a PSO2 image. It's, of course, given that it's still like 70 to 80% photography, but as long as you can do really like clean photographs, your image will look good no matter what. I promise you that much. Alright, so first steps first. You import the picture. What next? You duplicate your layer. So now you have two. So this is the base. Oops. This is the base, and this is the copy of base. So what we're doing here, number one, is we are going to press filter, and then we are going to go to noise, and then reduce noise. The reason for this is this, as you can see here, look at the difference here, right? This is going to help like destroy a lot of like the jagged stuff in PSO2. Like you can see the difference. Like it'll make a lot of stuff look a lot softer rather than the sharp jagged edges and everything of the normal PSO2. Like, because these shadows really look really jagged, right? But then if you have the noise reduction, boom, it looks a lot more like faded kind of. So it doesn't look as jarring as it will be normally. I normally just put the strength to 10 and then everything else to 0. And then that's basically the very basics of the photo. So boom, there we go. And now we have this slightly softer image, but it's not great yet, but that's fine. Next step, one of the things that I do not like about doing the denoise, or reduce noise rather, is the fact that it makes the eyes look really kind of like dead inside. So what I like to do is I like to add a layer mask. So click on add layer mask right here. So it's on your copy of base, right? And what you want to do is you get the brush tool, you get some black, like straight black paint, and then you color over the eyes. What this essentially does is it's going to erase what's on the copy layer, which is the noise reduction. So with that, we color over the eyes here. And then the layer below is the base, which has the non-reduced noised eyes. So there, like if you can see the comparison between these two, one eye looks so much brighter than the other one, right? It's a very clear difference of what's like bright and what's not. So here, let me clean this one up. Just gently brush black over that. Boom, boom, boom. And then now we have really nice looking eyes in a nice looking picture that's a lot more softer than before. So here's the comparison. By doing one simple change. Look at that. Your picture immediately becomes way better looking. And this is only one step. I did not do anything else yet at all. It's really nice. It's just a super like quick technique that I learned on actually just cleaning up edges in photos. So from here on, what I like to do is I basically do this, do that, and then combine, merge the layers. So you right click and then merge layers. Boom. And now you have new base. But just watch out, by the way, because like once you combine the layers, you kind of can't like undo the things that you do. So just make sure that you have everything as you want first before you combine. Alright, now, here's the fun part. SEGA has a lot of jagged edges, And I don't like that. What do? We have our new base. Filter, liquefy. So you're going to have this new window up, which is the liquefy window. And then what does liquefy do? You basically, well, liquefy things. For example, right here. I'm just going to show you an example right here. I'm just going to throw my brush around like that. Look at that. That's a spiral of liquid, right? It kind of like looks like the water splashes and everything. Pretty cool, right? But that's exactly not what we're going for. What we're going to do instead is we are going to use this tool to help round out the jagged edges. For example, the shoulder here. Look, it's super polygonal. What do? You liquefy this, you push it out a little bit. Here. And then push this one down a little bit. Make this look a little more rounded. Here, here, here. And small thing over here. Up a little bit more. There. Look at this. Look at the difference here. 1, 2. This is modified. This is not modified. Right there. See? Oh, also before I forget. I'm totally not sponsored, by the way, just saying. So yeah, that is the basics of liquefy, and then what you want to do is just like keep doing it for every jagged edge that you have in your picture, and just you want to make it very consistent throughout and make it look natural looking. So it's gonna take a bit of a sense of art from you to see what's good, what's bad and stuff, and then you basically just keep modifying it until you think it looks right. So right there, I think the shoulders look really nice right now. Now we move on to some of the more pressing matters. For example, right here, these rocks can definitely look a little bit more rounded. I don't mind about the texture so much. These are fun because they're kind of like that. But yeah, next we look at our head. There's some over here that looks polygonal. So we're going to move that and then make it more round. Notice how all these are very, very small changes as well. I'm not really like moving anything a lot to make it look like crazy edited or anything like that, but I'm just making it look more, well, better than the natural by keeping it natural. Adding thickness one step at a time, and Pocari add while you're at it. Yeah! Tomvo, Arcy, hello. Hopefully I get my Pocari sponsorship one day. Yeah! That'll be really fun. But yeah, that is the super basic liquefy right here. As you can see, the shoulders look significantly better, right? Look at that. Here, right here. Boom, boom. Before, after. Before, after. Super nice. Boom. So now we have a significantly better looking picture. That is still basically the entirety of PSO2, but better. Okay, so there's a few things that you can do here now. Number one is I really want to blur the background, and number two is modifying all the coloring. But what you want to do first, if you're going to do both, is you always want to modify the coloring first. And the thing that I like to do personally is using the raw camera filter. So if you go to filter and then camera raw filter, right, you're going to be able to open up a new window and then go from there. However, if you're using a old version of Photoshop that's not the Creative Cloud, you have to go open, like file open, and then click on Camera Raw, something like that. But regardless, here it is. So here is the Camera Raw filter. Why don't I try the gallery filter? Because I like doing things manual. Gallery is like kind of like more preset kind of thing. Sure, you can like manually modify it as well, but Camera Raw is more just like lighting, exposure, etc., etc. edit. It's not particularly like a big like artistic change, but more I just want changes just to make the coloring and everything look a lot more fitting, right? So I'm just gonna show you guys a quick example. So I'm gonna move around the temperature a little bit to make the picture look cooler. And then I'm gonna, of course, put the tint to be a little bit more purple, just so it can look pretty much cooler. Exposure doesn't need to be changed because the lighting is has like a really good lighting. I'm gonna put up the contrast a bit, and then turn down the highlights a little bit because it's a little white. And then I'm gonna make sure the shadows go down to make the blacks actually look more black. And then also move down the whites a little bit so it doesn't look too jarring, right? So that's just very small adjustments that I did. And then I'm just going to press up the clarity a little bit while keeping the saturation and the vibrance the same. So once I click OK here, boom. The picture now has a bit of a different hue than before. Here, look at this. Look at the comparison. This is before on a very like warm tone. And then this is after, when the background and everything looks a lot more cooler and it looks a lot more serene than when it's looking warm. All that just by adjusting a few like sliders. But then if the thing is, like, if I do filter gallery, right? Like, I don't intend for my picture to look something artistic like this. Okay? That is not the intention. Or like I'm not intending the picture to look like a super like neon edge Picasso or like something picture like that. I just want some lighting changes just to make things look really nice. Also, Ryuki, hello. Yeah. Okay, so after you got your coloring and everything like that, we're gonna make another copy of the new base. So, copy of new base. Okay. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna select the filter of blur, and we're gonna go to Gaussian blur. We're gonna blur the image by 2.6 pixels. And it's gonna look hella blurred. Which is exactly what I want. Because we're gonna add a layer mask over the top layer. And then once again, get the paintbrush tool. And we are going to paint black all over the character or the subject of the photo. Thus, removing the blur that's on the top filter, or the top layer here, like this, piece by piece. While keeping the entire background of the image blurred. So right here, gotta make sure I'm a little discreet about this, just so that it doesn't look too unnatural. Slowly erase everything. As you can see here, like, because I'm not being careful, there are some small parts here that doesn't look blurred, right? So I have to paint this one white to undo what I've done right here. So once you paint that white, it'll be blurred again. And then now back to cleaning up the blacks. Just be, you can take it slow and just be really careful with it. Like, you're not in a rush to really do anything, but like if you're really good at it, you can definitely do it really fast. If I do it fast, it'll get a little sloppy. So I'm just gonna do it like at my own pace for a bit. Like again, right here, I messed up a little bit. So I'm just gonna use the white and then clean the small details of that back in. And then swap back to black as I continue to paint this over. I want to make sure my flower pin is actually done properly. So I'm just going to outline all of that. And then I'm going to paint white over the edges so I can manually fix the discrete details right here. Oops. A little bit on the edge there. Right there. Now that looks good. Now to finish up the rest of the image. What, does painting someone black sound lewd? Really? Look at that. Just gonna clean up these edges here. And then lastly, the bunny ears. As you can see here, this is the areas I've highlighted and then the areas I have not. What I pressed to show this is the backdash button. I don't know what to call it, but it's the opposite of the dash. But you can, with this, you're allowed to see like what you've already painted. So which is why I can do this like a lot more careful. And I can see exactly where I'm painting over my bunny ears. It doesn't have to be like 100% good. But as long as you get like the general, like 80-90% or more, I think it's very good. That, here we go, and then boom, that's basically the whole image. And then there, look, a blurred background, a focus on the main character, and a nice looking image. Like, that was pretty not slow. That was actually pretty fast in general. Only small edits too. I didn't even do like anything too crazy. Also, I'm gonna set the brush opacity to like 30 to 40% here. And then paint white over my hair on the back here, just so it's a little blurry. Cause it's like, I wanna show depth that the hair at the back is like not focused. So it actually creates depth and contrast between the hair hanging up on the front and then the hair at the back. Right here. It's only very subtle, but it's there. And then you can see a distinct difference between the front bangs and the back. There we go. And there we have it. that only took like half an hour, I think. And then now we have a really nicely, subtly edited PSO2 image that is basically vanilla, but not really. Right? Okay, so let me show you guys. I'm gonna show, like, here's the original image that I took. It already looks pretty nice in general, but because of all the photoshopping and everything we did, it now looks like this. Oh, hey, look. I see Rice is now following. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the Magatsu running. I actually have a lot of like really weird widgets kind of thing. Do you guys want to see? Oh, you commented on the bullet. Yeah, I know. It's, like I said though, it's not the easiest thing, like having to really remember everything that you're trying to talk about. But then also I'm just trying to like move around fast. I did mention though that Ranger is more of a supportive kind of like thing. But don't worry though, I'll be doing more episodes and then probably going more in depth to some of the classes later as well. So it should be okay. People will figure it out eventually anyways. And also I'm making specific class guides too. So it should be okay. Let's see. Let's test some widgets. If somebody subscribes. Look at that. Right? That's an example of one more. You have a Hamakaze picture. It's really nice and cute. Let's see. Come on. Change the picture. Why is it? No! Wait, do I have to go to my... Hold on. Streamlabs. Dashboard? Yes. Need to go to my Streamlabs dashboard. Hold on. Let me see, where is this? Let's see. My widgets. All my widgets. Where did I check this out? I completely forgot. I was like taking so long to just set everything up, but I literally like just can't remember. Let's see. Alert box? Is it the alert box? Hmm? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a... Okay, I found it. Alright, so first of all, we have this one. Right? Look at that! I love that GIF so much. Like, look at that. How do you not like getting swarmed by bunnies? It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So the next one, we have this one, which is the Messiah time. Yeah, me getting swarmed by my subs, yeah? And then this one's a Messiah time. Basically a spinning Azel. The one you guys saw just now was the Magatsu one. Also Diablo's hello. And then we also have a Nephany one. That's all there is for now. Yeah, that's basically it. And then if there's like some like donations or something like that, they'll also have like a unique notification or something like that on its own. Oh, you got a new PC? Yeah, I gotta download the game again is like a real big pain in the butt because PSO2 is so big. As in like the file size is really big. Oh look, Etchy's now following. And we get the easel spinning. Ah! Always really fun. I guess I really do have to just like sit around and just really look at the Streamlabs thing because it's actually pretty fun. Let's see. Your YouTube and Twitch got 2 seconds delay? Yeah, that's basically how it is. Cosmic Melody's now following. Thank you. Oh, just copying it from your old PC is actually a pretty viable option as well, definitely. Really want to go try the NA server, but Also, you forgot the topics you wanted to comment on the Armada EQ. Yeah, I'm so sorry. If your dad plays NA. Wait, your dad plays games with you? That's awesome! That'd be super cool. I would love to play games with my dad, to be honest. But for me, we're more of like a musician family, so we don't really play too many games, or at least my parents doesn't really play too many games. We don't really have too much time to like spin around. He has also a bigger wheel. What? Yo, that's awesome! That sounds like a really fun family you have there. That's really cute. Man, imagine like I'm just gonna like say this on a really long shot, but imagine if in the future, right? Since we're in like this generation now, where all of us here is basically gamers and stuff, like when we grow up as adults and then when we have like families and everything, I will guarantee you almost 100% that you're probably going to be playing games with your like kids and stuff. I have no doubt in my mind that that's definitely going to be a thing. Your mom really tried to play PSO2, but you don't think your PC can handle it? Oh, that's really sad. You played a game with your grandson? Yo, that's awesome. No, the thing is, like, imagine this, right? In the future, when, like, for example, full dive MMORPGs or stuff are, like, a real thing, right? It kind of won't really matter about how good or bad your physical condition is, because if you be in a VR world, right? If you're gonna be in a VR world, I don't think your actual, like, physical matters is going to really matter. So, like, even if you're what 70 something years old, you're probably going to be able to play properly with your grandkids in the virtual world. SAO mean reality. Honestly though, if like full dive MMOs or like full dive technology is a thing, I am definitely not going to try it out until like at least 5 to 10 years later, because I'm pretty sure the first batch of like full dive technology games are going to be absolutely horrible. Also, yeah, most ancient potatoes should be able to run PSO2 decently. Oh yeah, Shadow PC is also a big thing now too. Like, me and Brian actually touched up on this a little bit on our podcast, if you guys have not already checked that out. But Shadow PC is a really cool thing. Like, I heard that and I was like, yo, that is so cool. And then especially the fact that Brian, actually does like all his gaming and streams and everything on Shadow PC. And it looks perfectly fine without like lagging and everything. That's awesome. Yeah, the cloud streaming service thing that Brian uses is Shadow PC. So yeah, it's super awesome. Sounds super cool actually. Like, if given the opportunity, I would definitely love to try it out, because it means I don't have to like put like my big games and stuff on my PC as well, right? So everything's like on the cloud, and that's like, whoa. One of the big points that we made on the podcast is actually that cloud technology is not meant to be like a big success in 2020, but it's definitely set to dominate the world in like 2030 and beyond. Like, give it 5 to 10 years and trust me, it's gonna be really big. If you really think about it, like 20 years ago, we're all still on like dial-up ADSL connection, right? Which is like 64 kbps internet or something like that, and now we're sitting on like gigabits of internet. Like, the difference in like 10 to 20 years of technology is absolutely insane if you really think about it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The delay needs to... The thing is, like, if you actually check out Brian's stuff, you'll see that his like cloud stuff is actually perfect. It's crazy. It's actually really crazy. When I was looking at his stuff, I was like, there's no way that's a cloud PC. But it actually is. Which makes it even more impressive. Because it's that unbelievable. But which is why I said though, like, it's definitely not going to be a big thing for 2020, but it's definitely going to be a huge thing for like 2030 and beyond. Just give it time. Give it literally like 10 years and it'll be it'll be good. Trust me. All right, let me combine all these layers, and then what I'm going to do is because my expression that I did, my mouth looks a little weird, so I'm going to use the spot healing tool and then just clean that up a little bit. And then now we put filter and liquefy again. I'm going to make her smile a little bit more. There we go. Little smiles. Works though, right? Look at that. Normal face, smiling face. Yeah, technology, they say that there's a quote where the technology advances like every few seconds that you're in the world. I don't think that's wrong, honestly. Because like, considering how rapid technology really moves, it's like crazy as hell. This is good. All right, I'm gonna go to my screenshots art folder and then put everything in the current folder into 2019 vault. There we go. And then put everything in 2019. And then we're gonna save this picture. Progress works, and I'm gonna make 2020 folder. There we go. Arcy first image. Today is January the 5th. Save. And then also save a PNG picture and a JPEG picture. Publish. Oh wait, no. I'm not, absolutely not publishing. I forgot one very important thing. I forgot about the PSO2 watermark. Because it's important. Here we go. I'm gonna change this to white. White. So we have this one, and then we're gonna put this here. Oh wait, I already did that. Wait, oh, I was using my wrong one all along. Okay, so I have this one here. Gonna put that there, put the opacity down to around 40%. There we go. PSO2 watermark, and my watermark is done. Now I can actually save and publish the picture. No, the watermark isn't, the my one isn't that important. The important one is SEGA. That we just wanted to credit PSO2. That's it. Just to make sure that if the picture goes around or something like that, people will actually be able to see and be like, oh, it's PSO2. Right? That's the most important part. Which is why you see, like, in JP and stuff, a lot of people are, like, really serious about crediting. Only because just to make sure that everything is, like, deserves of their credit. Which is really cool. Okay, now time to actually publish the image. Publish. And save. There we go. We are now done with one image, and this is the first image for our first image of the 2020 year. Am I going to be playing on the US server? I will create an account on the US server. Like, I'll definitely create an account on the US server, and then probably also do like fan meets and stuff like that. Also, sorry for the weird stream lag there. I guess my internet was just being a little wonky. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna create a server on. I'm gonna create a account on the US server just so I can do like fan meets and the people can't dupe me and stuff like that. But if I'm gonna play in the PSO2 NA server, not really. I've literally like almost 20k hours into my PSO2 JP. Of course I can like clone all my daughters and everything there, but it's gonna be a bit of an endeavor to actually get everything right. In PSU, they did not have all the content, the JP content for whatever reason. Do you think PSO2 NA will have the lack of content? From what I heard, is that PSO2 North America is going to start on episode 5 with the hero class. So there's gonna not be Phantom and Etoile. There's not gonna be Phantom and Etoile. But that is exactly what concerns me, because episode 5 is like the time where the game is like horribly balanced. And if it's actually really at the beginning of episode 5, everyone is literally just going to like bum rush hero. And then basically anyone who already unlocks hero is going to be like the true Northern hero, where nobody is going to be able to do anything relevant into the game in MPAs or anything at all unless they're playing hero. Because that was how bad the game was balanced at the time. And that's a very scary prospect. Like, if people in PSO2 West, right, literally starts off and have the impression of like the super hero power creep and everything like that, it's like, it's not a good start. I cannot say that it's a good start, and I don't agree that it's a good idea, because honestly, like right now, how the game is right, like in JP right now, is a really good state of the game. I really do enjoy the game right now. I think it's just a really good like game state. But definitely not episode 5. Definitely not episode 5. But it's gonna be something inevitable. Like, if that's exactly what they're going to do for the Western release, then I honestly can't say too much more. Wait, beta will have 9 classes? Wait, 9? Hold on. So I guess my information is wrong then if it's gonna be 9 classes, because if it's wait. No. Let me count. No, that's gonna be pre-hero then. Right? Because if it's 9 classes, then it's Hunter Fighter, Ranger Gunner, Force Techer, Braver Bouncer, and Summoner. Huh, if that's the case, then that's gonna be episode 4. I don't know, but like from what somebody else told me is just that they're gonna start on hero, but Also, what are my thoughts on the Gunner class? General thoughts, recommendations, that's a class you're looking at? Gunner is fun. Gunner is honestly genuinely really fun. I really do enjoy Gunner a lot, because it's a class that like focuses a lot on movement. Hold on, you know what? I'm just gonna get on Gunner, jump into the training room, and just give you a live demonstration. Since you're here already, might as well. Let me quickly put everything back in storage and then switch back to PSO2 on the main screen. Give me a few moments. But still episode... No. Okay, Flyer Go. I think I made sense now out of it. Maybe the beta is going to be just 9 classes, but then if they say that they're going to have all the content and then already show like Dragon and stuff on the trailers and stuff, right? They will have to have episode 5 content at minimum. So maybe the 9 classes is only for the beta, but then there's going to be basically episode 5 content and everything for the main game when it's released, right? That would make a lot of sense. Like if that's the case. Okay, let's go back to PSO2 game. There we go. Here we go. Damage test. Starting at episode 5 with the status of the game flow in JP. That'd be pretty cool. Honestly, if they could just start literally like a week or like a few weeks or a few months behind JP, or even like literally just catch up somehow, that'd be super cool. Okay, so oh, you found my channel from me dropping the news that they'll have a separate... Yeah. Thank you. I'll definitely try my hardest to make like really good content for PSO2 at the very least. Okay, so let's go over the basics of Gunner, right? So Gunner, first of all, is a range class. It has a 3-step basic attack right here. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, the first hit is pretty normal, second is normal, and then the last one is actually a little bit more hits than the first two. How is that relevant? That is relevant because the fact that, well, actually no, I lied. It's all the same hit count. Your hit count is only different when you're in the air. You shoot in the air. Okay, ignore everything for now. let me refresh my mind real fast. Okay. So, on the ground, Gunner's basic attacks on step 1, 2, and 3 will shoot 4 shots. So that's 12 shots on the ground if you're shooting 1, 2, 3. However, in the air, your first 2 steps will have 3 hits, and then your third step is going to have 4 hits. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shots, 10 hits instead of 12 hits, like you're doing on the ground. The reason it makes a big difference in Gunner's gameplay is because you have the chain trigger mechanic, which relies purely on hit count. So it's actually better to stand your ground and shoot, rather than doing like S-roll and shooting or something like that, because it's a lot more lower hit count for your chain count. Now, when it comes to photon arts for Gunner, right? Gunner have a bit of a peculiar set of photon arts where some stuff on the ground and in the air will work differently. For example, if you do satellite aim, right? Satellite aim being a very basic photon art. Number one, when you do satellite aim on the ground, your abilities, your movement is actually delayed a little bit. If you watch carefully here, okay? The character deliberately kneels down with like a 0 point something second delay before firing the first shot. While it doesn't look like a very long time, I'm gonna let you compare it to if you're actually doing the same ability, but in the air. Look at that. That's actually instant. Like right here. Boom. Absolutely no delay at all. 1, 2, 3. Right? Compared to doing it on the ground. 1, 2, 3. The speed in which you can actually execute satellite aim consecutively in the air increases your DPS significantly because you don't have that animation delay like you are on the ground. So you need to make sure that you try to use certain things in the ground and in the air to make sure that you actually use your skills properly. Now Gunner has a few forms of movement as well. So the first one being Grim Barrage. It's an ability where you can literally just move around really freely. And it also has a really good elevation too. For example, if you're locked onto an enemy in the air, if you use Grim Barrage, it will actually fly you up in the air and follow the elevation. Oh, also, upscales theme X. Thank you very much for following. Also, Raymond, hello. But yeah, the second one, when it comes to gap closing with Gunner, and this one is actually a pretty good damage dealer as well, but it's a skill called Dead Approach, where you can basically do this. Boom. And you can kind of spam it. It also has the added effect of stunning enemies as well. So if you can hit enemies with that, that'd be pretty cool. But generally, what you want to do with like Dead Approach and Satellite Aim is that you want to use it to chain into your burst abilities. For example here, the main damage source of Gunner that I have right here is called Infinite Fire Type 0. It's a crafted photon art, in which the normal Infinite Fire does not act like this, but this is the special crafted version of Infinite Fire Type 0. So this is the ability. Shoot, 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 kick. However, for this one, if you massively like, spam your PA ability button, right? For example, mine is right click. If I hold down right click and just click, 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 right click, it doesn't really do anything compared to the normal Infinite Fire, which will actually get more of like a shooting thing. However, for Infinite Fire Type 0, if you hold the button down, you do the second part of the action, which is that super big shot. Boom. And that right there is an ability that does the biggest amount of burst damage you can possibly get in the game when combined with Shane. Now, the problem with Infinite Fire Type 0 is the fact that there's that long windup of shooting bullets before you actually get to fire the big shot. So how do you actually bypass it, right? Is, for example, if you do skills, for example, Dead Approach. Gunner has a skill on their skill tree, which is actually called, I don't know what it's called, Team G S Charge. So basically, linking a PA or technique will drop the quote-unquote charge time. This windup is technically considered a charge time. So what happens is, if you use Dead Approach into Infinite Fire Type 0, you skip the entire windup instantly, and then you can do big amount of burst damage. For example, right here. Boom. Boom. And that is also the exact same case as using Satellite Aim as well. So basically, Satellite Aim into Infinite Fire. You do an incredible amount of burst damage. It's not even crazy. It's not even funny. Like, it's so insane that this kind of combo literally just breaks the game, because it does so much damage. So the question is, what's the difference between Gunner and Ranger? Gunner uses twin machine guns that are super close range. However, well, super close range, and then you also have a lot of mobility to go with it. However, when you're playing Ranger relies on a skill called Sharpshooter, which gives you a big damage when you're actually at long distances. And also, there's a skill also called Standing Snipe, in which you have to stand completely still. So basically, Ranger is a very like grounded sniper, kind of like half support kind of class, while Gunner is more close range and pure DPS. Burst damage DPS. Alright, let's see a little bit of Gunner in action, shall we? So right here. Look, it's a big rock bear. You can use a lot of your elevation skills and you just move around. Use your S roll and you can basically just move around really freely in the air. And then while you're doing your roll ability, your weapon action rather, you actually have completely invincibility frames. And you will not have any problems dodging any ability at all, because they will not be able to hit you. Boom, boom, boom. And this is only using one single PA in satellite aim. I'm not even using anything else at all right now. Well, that and dead approach. And then now chaining it into infinite fire type 0. Boom, boom, infinite fire, bomb. Gunner has incredibly burst potential. Depending on how you play, you can actually do so much damage. Because this one ability right here, the chain trigger. When you're in a party, you can actually have your teammates help you do chaining. And then once you reach a high enough number, you pop the chain and then do massive amounts of damage, except that I missed. But then when you have high chain numbers, you can actually refund your chain cooldown. So that's basically like how you play Gunner in general. It's just basically just like really being aerial, moving around, and bursting enemies down. It's a really fun class because you really get to macro and just really control your movements. Once you really do master it though, it's really scary. Because you just have so much mobbing and bossing potential. It's definitely one of, if not the strongest class in the game right now. So if you're really planning to play Gunner on PSO2 West or just like in PSO2 in general, know that this class has the highest burst potency and also is one of the classes that is definitely the best class in the game in terms of raw damage alone. But you actually have to be really skilled and knowledgeable about the game because, for example, if you chain at the wrong time, when the boss moves like that and you won't be able to hit the enemy's weak spot, or like if you chain wrongly and it hits somewhere unintended, for example like a boss's arm, you kind of lose out on a lot of your damage and your chain because you kind of really don't want to hit that. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, but then you have to do it anyways to refund your chain. So that's kind of like the basics of what exactly Gunner is and how it operates. Do you like Messiah? Messiah time is okay, I guess. It's not bad, it's not good right now. It's okay. But yeah, Gunner Fighter is the best option right now. Gunner Ranger and Ranger Gunner is actually horrible combinations. Gunner is John Wick and Ranger is American Sniper. Hell yeah. But the bad thing about non-successor class are this. Yeah, it's gonna be really annoying. I really hope they kind of like help change up that system or something like that, but that would be really cool. And yes, Astarte is actually right here. Hee hee. Did I get this skin or get X cubes? Yeah, X cubes are always like a good solution. But it'll be really cool for people to actually farm out like those rare bosses for the rare PAs and everything. That'll be super cool. But yeah, with like the X cube exchange and everything, life is pretty easy. I think it'll be okay, honestly. Yeah, I totally think it'll be fine. It's still a really exciting prospect to me though, to see that PSO2 is definitely going to get like a big influx of players and interest. Because like in a position of a content creator myself, it's always really nice to know that there's going to be a lot more people who are like interested in PSO2 content, you know? Which will definitely motivate me to like do a lot more of these. In PSO2, does having a certain race give you more points in a certain class? Yeah, definitely. It's not as major as like some of the other games or something like that, but it does definitely make a difference. It definitely does make a difference. So you kind of want to be a little careful if you want to min-max, but it can make a big difference. For example, okay? If you play a human compared to a Dooman. Dooman would definitely has more offensive stats than a human. However, human has more defenses, and also you have something like 60 or so more health, which is actually a really big difference because 60 health combined with like your techer like buffs and also maybe like drinks or anything of the sort can actually make a pretty big difference in the health game, which can be a matter of life or death on certain classes, and it will be really relevant for classes, for example, fighter or hero, which relies on having high health pools. So it is not as big of a difference as you might think, but it can be bigger than you think. Does that make sense? I think it's really cool. Definitely really cool. Cass also has a lot of health. Yeah. Cass is the worst for when it comes to tech though. So it's kind of give or take. Cass, would I say best? Probably not, but it's a really, really, really good choice for the range classes for sure. I mean, I'm a cast myself. I know I don't look like it, but I'm a cast, okay? Just believe it. Newman is tech, T attack. T attack and T defense. Newmans are totally horrible at like range and striking classes because they don't have a lot of physical ability. Kind of makes sense though. The thing is like Cass and Newman have the same R attack stat, so it actually doesn't even matter that much. But the lowest T attack, yeah. Human is always the most standard because HP does help everywhere. Yeah. You can't really go wrong with human, honestly. And it's definitely the race that I would recommend everyone starting off as. Because it's the most balanced. Gunner, I have to say though, is probably still one of my favorite classes to play. Gunner is just really fun in general. It just feels right for me. There's 4 races, which is Human, Newman, Cast, and Dooman. Yeah. Exactly those 4. Yeah, Dooman is a race. Yada yada yeah. You really should look at either the PSO2 anime or just play the actual story of the game to actually understand what a Dooman is. It's basically spoiler territory, so. Ace of Spades, you wish you could be with me right now? Aww. Yeah. Let me change back characters. Just gonna put this up for now. Yada yada yada. Here we go. Okay, now I actually do get to clean up from Armada. Watashi ni omakase. Hai, douzo. Sweet, sweet money. Yeah. What's the current consensus on classes? PSO2 is a game where it's basically all about DPS. So you basically have to like play DPS no matter what class you play. Are there still concerts in the game? Yeah. Basically every class is viable, you just need to do damage, right? It's okay. Like, it's totally fine. Do you think we'll have all the content at the start, or will there be a release schedule of cosmetics and everything? I honestly can't say. Like, I'm so sorry. I really can't comment on that. What do I think of the Etoile class? The Etoile class is awesome. Yeah, there's no tank classes. You can definitely go tank if you want to, but you will not protect everyone. Yeah, you can definitely always rewatch the concert and everything on YouTube. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do, like, post them anyways. Do an Etoile guide? Oh, you want me to, like, demonstrate Etoile on stream? I can do that if you really want me to. Let me close Photoshop first, though. Just so my game doesn't lag too much. After a decent everything. What's on Daily Craft today? Nothing too relevant. Okay, so I do not need this Basilisk. Basilisk dim. Basilisk dim. I'm keeping the extra math and Dine. Orb is staying. Basilisk can go, and then dim jet boots can go. There we go. But it's not the same as watching in person. Yeah, I understand. Yada yada, daily crafting. Very cool. Nice. Thank you for the Liliparium and all those materials. I'm gonna put this in this storage. I'm gonna put this in this one. Everything in there. And we're also going to put this in premium storage. Sunverse all the way. Wish you can change the Y direction of the Etoile laser PA. Yeah, that'd be really cool, but it's possible. Imagine Western spam. Encore! Encore! What's the best way to describe mags? Mags are basically something that you add to your main stat, your base stat. Think of it as like an extra stat bar, right? So for example, this mag right here has exactly 200 dexterity and nothing else. So this 200 dex gets added to my base 200 dex. Well, my base dex. So like my dexterity is 920. Without the mag, I would be at 720. Simple as that. So for example, if you have another mag that's 200 technique. So I'm sitting here with 4,478 T attack, right? If I don't have my mag, I would be at 4,278. So basically just minus 200, right? Yeah. It's basically that. Wait, didn't they remove tacos? Yeah, they did remove tacos. It's only... tacos are basically this now. Arcs missions. And then you have your weekly missions, in which you can do small things here and there to get meseta. For example, grind a unit or weapon right here and you get like 600k meseta. It's really streamlined because like with these weekly missions, you are going to like be able to make a lot of money per character really easily compared to like tacos. It's not as tedious. Potentially it's more work than tacos, but it definitely does not feel bad. Oh no, I know. Mags definitely have like more special abilities and everything as well, but at the very like basics of it, it's just the extra stats, really. Cause like honestly, even for me personally in my gameplay and stuff, I don't really rely on any of the mag abilities. Neither do I really use the photon blast. But for just the sake of like simple explanation, I'm not going to go in depth of like explaining all the photon blast and everything like that. So don't worry about that for now. I didn't forget that. People use taco for getting money before. Yeah, that was like way before. Don't worry though, we won't have... I'm pretty sure it won't be any of that. I'm definitely 100% sure that it's just going to be the Arcs missions. Because like, here, mint tea, right? For example here, if I just go to the doo-doo and grind any weapon or unit, and then just do a Harco SH once, I already get more money as equivalent to doing 5 Harkotan runs before. So, you know, that saves me like 4 runs of actually running the Harco taco. That actually sounds really cool though. It's like, yo man, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Harco taco. What's more good than playing PSO2 and tacos and eating tacos? Hell yeah. That's great. At least, yeah, it's really nice just to have a really easy access to getting money and everything. Because you have to also remember that everything here is per character, right? So if you have like 10 characters like me, you can have like so much money just by literally logging onto each character and grinding a single weapon. Think about that for a second there. If I log on to all my characters this week, right here, right now, and grind one single weapon for like 200 meseta on doo-doo, I get 600k per character and I have 11 characters. That's 6 mil for doing absolutely nothing. That's how easy it is to get money in PSO2 nowadays. If I spend 2 more minutes just to do SH Harkotan, right? Along with the grinding on 11 of my characters, that's literally freaking 11 to 12 mil. Easily. How many characters can you have without caching? Is I can't remember. It's either 3 or 4, which is still really good. Yeah, rip Clefo. Oh, also I kind of didn't answer Shill's question, but did I already have Pocari? I have Pocari right now. Oh. Totally not sponsored. Just saying. Yeah, so 3 character slots are free, but then the rest is like you have to pay with real money, yeah, to get more characters. A lot of my character slots are basically paid slots, yeah. It's around like $4 or $5 US per slot. But to me, like doing character designs and everything is basically a hobby of mine now. So that's why I'm pretty happy about doing it. I have no regrets at all for basically like making this many characters because it's super fun for me. I really do enjoy it. So no regrets. Absolutely no regrets. Raising 11 characters? More like raising 11 daughters! Oh yeah! Okay, anyways, since somebody asked me to demonstrate Etoile, I'm gonna do that real fast. Okay, well, I'll switch characters. I'm gonna let you guys see the Arden's live 2D. Art. You can stare at that for a while I actually set up Etoile training. The stream didn't end yet, so I'm just gonna take the message off. But you can enjoy this. Okay. Here we go. Got it. Am I a part of a clan in this game? I mean, if you look at the top of my head, as you can see, I have the very proud Skylark tag, in which I will shamelessly say that we are the very best team in this server. Not only because it's my team, but like, we've been here since 2013. We've been here since 2013. and we've been really active, and then we also help develop players here and there. And then we don't really have like a lot of like super like big conflicts or anything of the sort. Everyone's just here, just like as a family, and we just like to have fun and enjoy with each other, you know? If you guys look at some of like my like weird YouTube videos that I did before, that's basically my team. In a nutshell. Is it advertising? Well, maybe. Because it's literally me being prideful of my team. I have to, right? Because I'm basically the team master, if anything. I can't not be prideful about my team. It's the best team in the server. I'm gonna say that much. However that's true or not, it's just my opinion anyways. And I am entitled to my opinion, so. I also know that some people here watching are a part of Skylark, so kudos to all of you, and I love all of you as well. Not only to my teammates, but to all of you watching too. Alright, let's take a look at Etoile. This feels like a deja vu to like some of my previous streams. I think I demonstrated Etoile on stream for like, this is like the 3rd time now maybe. So you choose your ships and you can't switch in between. You can, but you kind of have to pay real money to switch characters from ship to ship. Or server to server, rather. Which is completely understandable. It's a pretty normal system. So, okay, Etoile has 3 weapons. First one being the dual blades here. Dual blade is the most balanced weapon out of all the Etoile weapons, where it has a pretty decent amount of mobbing. It has range, it has melee, it has gap closers, it has pretty good movement, it has parry, and it also has burst damage, which is really cool. Next weapon is the double saber. Double saber focuses a lot on being able to counter the enemies and also have like all-around mobility and also big bursts of damage, and also playing the counter game. Timing your counters, timing your attacks, timing your everything. With really just like elegant air movement, and also the ability to skip some of your PA parts, and also actions. For example, that here, this action normally only has the up and then swing. However, if you're doing a movement while doing that, you do an additional one. Or for example, this one here, if you move, you get to do the dash, the combo, before you do that. So it's a pretty interesting mechanic. You don't really need particularly good ping because everything in PSO2 is client side based. So it doesn't matter whether you have good ping or not as much, because whatever registers on your screen will register regardless or not. So ping doesn't even like matter that much. So the third weapon is the wand. So wand is definitely a very weird weapon, which you can actually move while basic attacking, and you have full control over aerial. It's a more of a mobbing kind of thing where you can also do focus text and actually do bossing pretty well. But generally it's a general consensus that mobbing is best done on wand for Etoile anyways. Because you have the giant laser, you have the giant black holes, you have the giant everything. And the really fun stuff. And yeah, SEA was a big hot mess. Although you guys have to remember that this is Microsoft, right? This is Microsoft bringing PSO2 over to the West. We don't talk about SEA. SEA was done by Asia Soft, which is a publisher that's not really known for being the best. I'm not going to comment further because I'm not really in a position to do that. But anyways, let's take a look at Etoile's weapons, right? The basic attacks on Double Saber is pretty standard. It's a 1-2-3 hit, in which you can definitely move around with your PAs as well. Like this one in particular is a really good gap closer, in which you can use to move around. This one's a pretty good one for just doing gear gain and everything like that. And then you can move around with Light Wave as well, for having some range attacks. Or you can also pre-spawn with that, because the third hit actually does a lot of damage. And then you have this one, which is the big damage. And also Etoile has really good tracking too. So the chances that you like miss your normal attacks and stuff is not that high. And one of the very cool thing about dual blades is the fact that you have this parry, right? So if you move around with the dual blades, you can press your weapon action to have this parrying option. So watch this. Boom. And I take 0 damage. Right here. It's just pressing the weapon action. And you can actually do it in the middle of any PA as well. For example, if you're doing Light Wave like this, right? You can just press shift, there, and then I take no damage because I parried everything. Like that. As long as you time everything correctly, you can basically take absolutely 0 damage. Like that. When playing dual blades. And then you have this super cool thing you can do with dual blade gear. I said burst damage earlier. This is what I mean. Burst damage. And then once you actually do the first part of your gear and stuff, you actually get a pretty, like 50% something. After you do this part, you actually get a 50% gear gain buff. So like if you look at my gear gain right now, it's actually really insane. Look at that. I'm basically at like full gear again. So I can do the first half of my combo like there again. Boom. And then get the buff again. Refresh the buff. And then basically just never get hit. Because I can time my parries correctly. So that is basically the essence of playing dual blades on Etoile. Good parry timing, and then managing your gear to do big burst damage. Alright, let's see. Let me read comments real fast. Are all these new weapons? No, they're not new weapons. They're basically reused weapons. Also, what weapon camo am I using? No, these are all weapon forms of Nemesis weapons. Also, what are our honest thoughts on the community, aside from people who are here to help like me? Well, honestly, it can be good and bad, yeah, for sure. There are people like, it depends on the community that you're with, I guess. For example, here, on my community, which is the Arc Circle, we focus a lot on spreading positivity and just having like really good vibes and everything, and we want everyone to enjoy the game as much as we do. So that's why I want to always like spread a really, really big positivity vibe, which is why I'm always like laughing and smiling and everything, because I want everyone to just watch, enjoy, chill, and have fun. And really just like, for example, you might be bored at home sitting there and be like, yo man, I have nothing to do. Let's sit and open Discord or like come join a stream or something like that. And then you can just feel at peace because, you know, I'm here, we're all here, and we're all just focusing on having a good time and just being happy with each other and just like, you know, laugh and smile with each other. Which is why at the end of like every video that I do, I always say that you guys need to don't forget to smile and have a good one and take care of yourself. Because nothing makes me happier than knowing that all of you watching here are happy and healthy. That's basically it. Pontry, how do elemental weakness works with Itoile? It's basically the same thing. I only use one dual blade because that's basically all the budget I have. But if you want a rainbow, there's nothing stopping you from optimizing rainbow, you know? If you have it, that's awesome. But if you don't, you should be okay. Like, there's no problem with that. You wish there were more content creators on like music and art. See, I try to do like everything. I tried to do a lot of art. Like, if you've been looking at like my recent works on like my website and my everything, like I've been working really hard on just creating so much content right now. And then this year I'll be making a lot of guide videos mainly. So it'll be super fun. I think so. It'll be super fun and interesting. All right, anyways, we stalled for long enough. So let's take a look at Double Saber here. So Double Saber here actually has a interesting form of movement in which you can actually do a hover kind of movement if you really wanted to. It doesn't really amount to a lot, but it's pretty cool. So that's what matters, right? So of course, Double Saber has really good tracking as per usual, except their weapon action actually has additional actions as well. And it's also a parry. For example, right here, enemy attack, weapon action, parry. I actually missed a parry there, but still. You basically use your weapon action to parry skills and then you counter it immediately to do massive amounts of damage. Just like, for example, like the hero class or like the other classes, something like that, right there. Double Saber is kind of like pretty balanced because you have a pretty good mix of like burst damage, movement. You have constant DPS. You have generally like just a really nice like easy rotation and you have a parry. So you kind of can't really go wrong with playing Double Saber. Only because it's like really consistent in general. Boom. And also because you have the Double Saber gear, when you take damage, you actually get damage reduced. Even though I take 1 damage here, but still. The point is that with the gear, it's very unlikely that you're going to take a lot of damage anyways, because you're just going to be filling your gear. And then you're going to have a lot of like guarding in general, which you can just parry timing. And you know, just damage the enemy and just like feel really comfortable because you're probably not going to take as much damage as you might be on other classes or weapons. It can be a little hard to land certain PAs sometimes, which is why you actually really have to practice. And it also doesn't help that like when you have certain like movement abilities and stuff like that. For example here, I can shoot that if I don't move at all. But if I do move, I'll do a slam first and then shoot, instead of just doing the normal shoot. It works exactly like the Double Saber wind parry if you've played Fighter before. And then you can just cancel out of anything with your weapon action to do the parry. So it's actually really cool to be able to just move around however you like and then use your weapon action as literally the gap closer. And it's also a mix of like Phantom as well, because after every time you do a PA, you have this perfect focus circle thingy, like right here. When you click it, it actually does like Phantom's quick cut, where it actually does gap close for you. Right here. Right there. That yellow line right there. You click your weapon action and then you get the instant gap closer. Although Double Saber does not have any flashy finishers like say the dual blade or something like that. But because it can do consistent damage and also play a lot with counters, you can potentially do a lot of damage as well. Boom. everything just requires practice and just getting used to it. Like if you're well practiced and you're really used to everything, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be super good with all these weapons and just you're gonna be golden. Because you can do so much with these weapons. I've done a DPS like check with my friends and stuff like that. We did experiments for like a pretty extensive period of time. All the weapons for Etoile is actually pretty well balanced, so you don't have to worry about playing like, oh, is this weapon weaker than the other one or something like that? You can play anything as you want to, and then you'll be totally fine. Trust me on that. Said this last year, but the website is amazing. Oh my god, thank you so much. It means a lot for me because, like, I worked so hard for it. And yeah, I know Double Saber also has like guard points and stuff. I'm not going to go in detail for it because it's not the easiest thing to pull off, but it's nice to have, you know? But there are some guard points, yeah. Reduce damage. Has anyone done Hunter Etoile? Hunter Etoile actually isn't only just tanky, but it's also hella strong as well. So it's like one of my personal like recommended combos. Does the slam do any of the damage or just a shot? The slam does damage, yeah. But you will lose elevation if you do the slam, right? So you kind of just have to like be careful of how you actually do your movement abilities with Etoile. I mean, it's not forced that you have to play all weapons. So just basically play the weapon that you enjoy. And I think that's basically what matters the most, is you just enjoy the things that you do, right? And you just enjoy yourself and just have fun with it. So I think it's the best thing, definitely. If you find a weapon that you really like. Now onto the wand. Wand has some pretty interesting mechanics because there are many types of things you can do with your PAs, right? For example, like right here. One PA is a big laser. But if you do it in a different way and use your weapon action on the focus ring, you actually condense your laser into one big hit and do massive amounts of damage like that. Boom. 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 And you can also move around freely completely when you're actually using the wand here. You have the elevation up, elevation down, shift action, boom, boom. You can move around. You can guard in mid-air by using your weapon action. And then just fly around, literally kite your enemies, and do a big consistent amount of damage all the time. Without having to really worry about using like elevation tricks or anything like that, because you can definitely control your elevation to the levels that you want to. And then while moving around, like I said, you can parry. Let me show you an example of parrying. Or guarding, rather. Right here. This is a guarding. You can also teleport with it. Which is really cool. Right here. Guard. But if you hold down your weapon action for a while, you can release your super technique. Or, well, your weapon action thingy, which is like that. Boom. Does a crap ton of damage, and it's probably one of the better ones for doing pre-spawns and things like that. In which one gear is filled from basically moving around and hitting enemies. So when you're actually killing enemies and stuff like that, you want to move around in like a small circular motion so that you can actually fill your gear significantly faster while you're actually doing a lot of damage as well. Wand also has really good PP generation. So you can definitely just like spam a lot of these and don't really have to worry about PP at all when you can just like hit everything back and just like get your gear, get your everything back. It's a little annoying to play because you have to move consistently and then like your positioning is not going to be static and stuff like that, but it's the best way to gain gear. And then once you gain the gear, boom, burst it and massive amounts of damage. Basically that. That is the general of how wand works for Etoile. Alright, let's take a look. It can make you motion sick, yeah, if you're not using it. What's the main stat for Étoile? Étoile is actually all purely S attack. Purely S attack. So basically, once you focus on that, you can just do anything you want to. I'm just gonna do this one more time, because it's cool. Alright. And that concludes the demonstration of today's Étoile session. But yeah, the thing is, like, when you build your mag specifically, Étoile mag basically converts any attack type to S attack. Or, well, it works the same way as Hero mag, where you just get the stat you need for just building attack. So, however, it does not convert dex. So just be careful about that. As long as you build attack, you're fine. Next class you're working on is Phantom. I mean, I'll be switching back to Arcy anyways, so yeah, I can do a quick demonstration before I end the stream, I guess so, because I've been on for a while now. But sure, I can definitely do a demonstration. I'll be happy to do a demonstration. Alright. Back to the RN picture for a while. So you just have to affix S attack on wand. There's a skill that allows you to use the highest stat for your wand. So even if you have like T attack affixed on your wand, right? The Étoile skill will convert it to S attack anyways. So it's okay. Yeah, one basically auto converts to your highest stat. It's pretty convenient. Like, you don't have to worry about at all, which means you can still build T attack for wand and then use it on other classes, but also then use it at its full potency for Phantom. Alright, so we're back to Phantom. I'm just gonna do a super quick and clean demonstration. Just going through each weapon real fast. So there's pardon me if I'm gonna miss over like super small details, because I kind of just want to get through this one. Alright. So the most important thing to understand about Étoile in general is the fact that all three weapons have really different uses. And then they're not all like equally as powerful as you might think. With the wand being, well, the rod actually being like the first in slot for being the most powerful weapon for Étoile right now. Rifle is still pretty decent. It's been in a weird position only because like the headshot nerfs and stuff, so like the mobbing isn't as strong as it's supposed to be. But you can still do really decent damage because rifle has the best marker accumulation of all the weapons. And then katana is not really great for mobbing, but it's really good for like moving around and just like doing damage to bosses and stuff in general. That's more of a single target kind of thing. However, because rods have access to techs, you can actually do everything. You can do mobbing, you can do bossing, you can do constant DPS, you can do single target, you can do AoE, you can guard, you can teleport. So this is really cool in general. Alright, let's take a good look. So rifle has one really important mechanic, is you have rifle bits. So your PAs do this. One of them does this. You lock on, and then you summon bits that will constantly attack the enemy at fixed intervals. As you can see, there's these bits all the time that still keep appearing and just attacking the rock bear. Now you have to reapply these bits like once in a while, but then there's a second type of bit as well, which is a constant shooting bit, right here. This one. So now as you can see, there's a projectile bit and the following bits. So basically you just want to keep up these two all the time because they do consistent damage for you all the time, which means that you can do other things while you're doing that to supplement your damage and stuff. Just make sure you kind of like learn the timing of when it expires and stuff, and then you just keep accumulating the marker, and boom. Massive damage. Nothing wrong with spamming bits though, because it's basically like what helps you accumulate a lot of markers and also gives you a lot of extra damage. Oh, Haru, thank you very much for... Was that a subscriber or follow? I can't see it properly, but anyways, yeah, basically you just keep doing that and then accumulating the marker and pop the marker. Boom. One of the most important tips that I can give you for using the rifle specifically is your first and second attacks doesn't really do a lot compared to your third. So for example, if you're using the laser fence ability, you do 1, 2, 3 is basic number counting, which will also allow you to use your third normal attack constantly. So how this works is the fact that every normal attack that you do is a number count. This is number 1, number 2, and number 3. Basically, if you do PAs, you can replace your numbers. For example here, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And your shift action does actually not count as part of your normal attack rotations. So, for example, if you do this, 1, it's still 2, and then 3. So you have to be careful of counting properly on Phantom, because if you can constantly get your third attack out, you can do a lot of damage. And also, of course, gain a lot of PP back while you're doing your rotations and everything of this sort. And then of course, as always, keep popping your markers. Boom. Excremath, best rifle for memes, for sure. It's pretty fun to play with though, but it's definitely not the best rifle. Resonant is by far the best rifle Phantom. Jelen you don't really have to worry about, honestly, because it's not as reliable as you might think. But it's nice to have, I suppose so, but you really should not focus on it, in my honest opinion. Yeah, just don't really focus on it. It's there, but don't focus on it. Alright, so that concludes rifle in general. Upkeep bits, keep doing constant damage, number count, and make sure you get your third auto attack off and pop markers. That is rifle in a nutshell. Now, let's switch over to katana. And let's see what it can do. Do I recommend the reticle view? For Phantom? No. For Ranger? Yes. Anyways, this katana does not have counters, so you actually have to play on your pure dodging merit and just keep moving around like this. Make sure you can follow your enemies up with various skills that you have. And then of course do the number counting as well, making sure you get your third hits off. Stay close to the enemy and just make sure you get your third autos. And then your main damage is just falter, which is this PA. And pop your mark. One, two, third. One. But yeah, normally you just want to do falter into your third normal. Boom. And you just counter when you can. Am I using Lord of Thorns? No, I actually have 0 points in Lord of Thorns at all. I don't find Lord of Thorns to be worth it, honestly. Because I find that like in like our MPAs, especially Livewire, when we do team MPAs, everything dies so fast that you don't even have a chance to like do marker stuff. So that's why I don't really like take Lord of Thorns to begin with, because especially in our super fast MPAs, you're not even going to get the opportunity to use it. So better to not, right? But yeah, katana doesn't really have anything special, but you can just like move around and just like play stuff. Oh, there's a quick cut. Right. So basically after every like PA and stuff, you have the flash of light thingy, which you can press your weapon action and then you immediately like jump to your enemy. Kind of like, it's the same with the double saber for Etoile. Boom. It's really useful because it actually does gain you a big amount of your PP back. But yeah, it's basically just, you just need to get used to all the movement and everything and you'll be totally fine. And just as long as you can do counters and everything, it's pretty good. You can also move around with your weapon action to begin with. Like this. Like if you need to reposition in something like that. Like, oh, I'm attacking the enemy turn or something like that, you can just move. Like that. You have a lot of options of like just really moving around. But just make sure to do your number counting and then you can maximize your DPS while also saving your amount of PP that you have. Alright, now for the third weapon, which is the rod. Rod, honestly, doesn't really have anything too special. It has a lot of PAs that can do a lot of damage here and there. For example, these ones here. And you just pop your marker, yada yada. But mostly you want to focus on using text as your main source of damage. So if we're going to go over the rod PAs, there's this one, which is really good for mobbing. There's this that you want to upkeep all the time so you can do consistent damage. Like right here. It just keeps doing damage for me as an aura around me, which is really cool. There's this one in which you can hold and then release for big amounts of damage. Boom. It's not really that worth it, but it's pretty cool if you can, I guess. And then the last one, of course, is the wand teleport. Boom. There's two types of teleporting. If you use it after your weapon action, right, you will teleport ahead. But if you use it before your weapon action, you teleport back. So you can really make your distance here. Like, oh, hey, enemies, no problem. You can also use it to do damage too, like this, for example, right here. Slash, slash, and then third hit without teleporting. Because the teleport does the slash and then you teleport, right? So if you do 1, 2, 3, you get your PP back, and you also still do a decent amount of damage too. This is actually around the same DPS as Ilgron's. So on a still target, if you do 2 slashes and then your third, you actually do basically Ilgron's DPS, but you have better PP efficiency. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But otherwise, if you just literally just play casting, using Ilgrons, using Grants, using Gimagid, using all the Rabardas, using all the everything, Gizondes, you can still do tons of damage too. I guess it kind of just depends on your personal preference then, how you prefer to play the rod. Because there's a lot of choices that you have, right? So you can just like do whatever you want to. And yeah, you can definitely damage cap without having points into Lord of Thorns. And yeah, essentially more points is like wasted damage. That's basically it. And then of course there's the Phantom Time and Phantom Finisher, but I guess I'm not really going to go through that because it's a matter of time until you figure it out yourself. What are some recommended techs? For mobbing, honestly, you just need to use like Megids or like Rabarda. Those are like some of the best mobbing techs. Or you can just use this PA, honestly, which is probably like a general better use of it. But then you can also, for bossing, right, use Ilgrons, Grants, and also Ramagid. No, not Ramagid, sorry, Gimagid. You can also use Ramagid as like a part of your like damage thingy because you have your aura and then you have Ramagid type 0. So these actually do quite a big amount of damage if you just leave them there, you know? So just make sure you have these as your uptime. And otherwise, you can just move around and just smack the bosses with light. Quite literally. And then pop your markers. And then pop Phantom Time. Yada, yada, yada. Pew, 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 pew. More lights, more everything. More damage. Faster gear accumulation because Phantom Time. Pop your markers. Yada, yada, yada. Do more damage. Get more gear accumulation. And then, oh, it's almost the end. Pop Phantom Time. Boom. Hey, look, another marker. Let's blow it up. Boom. And then a lot of your damage really does come from the counter itself. So. And yeah, the list of like recommended techs and everything is on our PSO2 help Discord server channel. So you guys can definitely check that out. And that concludes our quick demonstration of Phantom. Hope that answered some questions nicely, of course. Also, good morning. Yeah. It's super late here, actually. I'm pretty much like about to go to sleep super soon because I have a flight in 2 days. I have to prepare a lot of things. So yeah, during the time that I'm gone for like a week, I'm just visiting my visiting my other grandparents in Fukuoka. So I'll be in Japan for a short while. So I'm just gonna chill there for a bit. And then just take like a week off everything and then come back and just do more videos and streaming and everything. So it'll be super fun. Phantom does have its like peculiar ways of playing, which is like super enjoyable in a way. And it's also really different, which is why I enjoy it a lot. That's about it. Okay. Hunter, I would if I wasn't like dead right now. Anyways though, I think this is probably a good time for me to take a pause. So with that, Do you guys have any last questions or any last like lingering thoughts or anything before I end the stream? Because I probably will be ending in like momentarily. Here, let me switch over to the RN picture and actually put the stream break text. There you go. I haven't streamed like a 3-hour stream in a while actually. I've been talking a lot too. I'm really surprised that a lot of you guys are still here as well. So really hope you enjoyed the stream today. Tried to be as informative as I can. Yeah, I do play Hunter. Not as much though. So I'm definitely not an expert on that, but given the chance, I would love to properly play and just learn it more. Especially some of the other weapons that are not sword. How do you play PSO2 properly? Honestly, how you play PSO2 properly is just whatever you do, and then you're happy with it. The thing is, like, I definitely don't know, like, the inner workings of everything, or, like, the super details of Hunter. But I definitely know the basics of the class, and definitely how the rotations and everything work in general. Just not experienced. Or, well, not as experienced as the other classes, because I still have, like, thousands and thousands of hours on Hunter. It's pretty simple, though. But it can also has a really high skill ceiling, because you have to learn timings of, like, ignition pair and everything. Arn looks like Skahawk. Skahawk? No. Yeah, but no. Not really. She wasn't even modeled after Skahawk, actually. In fact, funnily, I designed Arn even before I knew about, like, Fate. How many hours do I have? I'm closing in on 20k hours. Which is really scary. Convert 20,000 hours to days. That's basically freaking like 800 days of playtime over freaking 7 to 8 years. It's actually crazy. Yeah, that's the total hours though. 20k. Closing in. I'm not going to check the specifics now because I'm lazy. But it's basically just really close to 20k hours. Which is a lot. Converts to roughly 800 days of playtime. The thing is, like, I tried my best to not take inspiration from a lot of things. Because, like, when I do design stuff, I kind of just, like, sit there in front of either the screen or, like, a piece of paper and just, like, try to sketch something. And just, like, really, really think about how a personality can be represented by the looks of certain things. Like, Arn here is... The reason I use red hair, particularly, is because I wanted to make her look like someone that's also really appealing and also really dangerous looking at the same time. And then red is like kind of like the color of like caution and like dangerous thingy kind of like thing. So that's kind of like just the quick design behind Aryan. I really wanted to make a character that's contradicting to the name hero itself. So it's kind of like an anti-hero. Pretty fun. I prefer doing design work and just like doing screenshot art and just doing character stories and everything in general, because I guess it's kind of just like a hobby I picked up picked up at this point now, which makes me really happy just like doing it and all. I mean, if you really think that way of her, then I would say that I definitely did do her job right. Also, I guess I really have to like add my link to my video descriptions now. I totally forgot about that. Have a good time again. Yeah, for sure. I'll send you guys pictures of like my grandparents' dogs. They're really cute. I'll show you guys soon. Don't worry. But yeah, anyways though, I guess that is basically it for today. So, once again in true Arc Circle fashion, thank you so much everybody for joining the stream today. It was a pretty long endeavor, but I really enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys had fun as well, and also learned quite a few things, especially when it comes to doing photos, and also just like in general of like PSO2 and just like playing the game, or just how it feels. So yeah, don't forget to smile, of course. Have a great one, everyone, and take care, okay? Enjoy! I'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, P.S. Flyer Girl, you better be asleep too. Just saying. If I catch you not sleeping again, we're gonna have a talk.